Hello everyone, we are here in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam today to understand the inner workings behind the Thuy International Port Joint Venture Company that is working on a very exciting seaport project in central Vietnam. So we are here today to learn more about that project. I'm here with Bo. He's one of the leading forces towards the ultimate development of the port in central Vietnam. Bo, thank you for being here today, and we'd love to hear more.
Hi Kay, thank you for me being here today. Hello everyone, I'm Bo. I'm project manager of the Thuy International Port Joint Venture Company. For the Thuy International Port Joint Venture Company, our company is the investor of the Thuy International Deep Sea Port in the Quang Tri province. So the Thuy International Port Joint Venture Company invest in the Quang Tri with the deep sea port for the ship about the 100,000 DWT. Yet with about the 10 jetty. The Thuy International Deep Sea Port is located in the central the economic zone. It's about 23,000 hectares.
Okay. So you're telling me that this port has a capacity of 100,000 deadweight tons?
Yeah.
For 10 berths or 10 jetties, right?
Yeah, 10 berths and 10 jetties.
I see. Okay. And so it's located within the Southeast Economic Zone.
Yeah.
I've heard that that's a very vast, amount of space. Can you tell us a little bit more about the Southeast Economic Zone, just for a moment?
Yeah, with the Southern Economic Zone, in the total area is 20,000 hectares, 23,000 hectares, and inside they gonna divide fraction like for the area for the energy, like the thermal power plant and the LNG power plant. Some area they gonna develop like the industry park, and some is like another purpose like the factory for the product like the computer or even the phone.
Okay, so you're telling me that there's a multiple sources of diverse industry supply that is going to require demand in terms of both import and export, and that Thuy International Port will be able to service that, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, how is Thuy International Port, or MTIP, working with its various partners to carry out the goal of what MTIP, Thuy International Port, seeks to achieve?
You know, is Thuy International Deep Sea Port project is very huge, with the total invest is near the $1 billion. Yeah, it's near $1 billion.
Near 1
billion.
Billion?
Yeah, billion.
$1 billion.
Billion.
Okay.
So with that huge investment, so we need the big, and also that with the huge company and the big financial. So at the recently we already have working with some huge partner, and like the first is Alcapia. This is financial funding.
Okay.
Funding is from the America, and also the second is Zelec. Zelec is digital transaction. This is one of the first in the company in the world for the new high technical, like the high technical for the financial item. So this is very interesting for the looking for the funding. And also we also with another partner is for the purple, another like Podco and C. This is
Pasco?
Pasco.
Ah.
Okay, Pasco. And C, this is one of the biggest construction company in Korea.
One of the biggest construction
So-
companies in South Korea.
Yes, South
Oh,
Korea.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, also we have the partner with the DI. It's a stand for the Dredging International
Dredging
company.
International.
That is from the background. And also another funding. They looking for the cooperating with the Thuy International joint venture company, but because we want to looking for the partner with the enough ability and can support the project very well.
So I can see that you have a expanding
Yes.
ecosystem of partners to help you out with various aspects to bring MTIP to fruition as a development project. I've heard Jimmy talk about the attractiveness of the seaport is due to Thuy International Port being located in quote-unquote a blue ocean zone. And I've heard him say enough of times that the north of Vietnam and the south of Vietnam
Yes.
is more of a red ocean zone because of the high competition among seaports. There's a gap, there's a dearth, there's a lack of
Yeah.
seaports in
Yeah.
that area, but yet there's the demand as
Yeah.
far as the throughput
Yeah.
for cargo.
Yes.
I see. Okay. I also understand to a degree that there's other components with the Thuy International Port project
Yes.
in the form of other components. So
Yeah.
can you talk about the other components that link into and that connect to the seaport project?
Yes. First is the Sinica.
Mm-hmm.
Sinica, the reason because the deep sea port. So when we building the port in here, it gonna get about the 20 million cubic meter of the Sinica.
So I understand it's not simply just a core seaport project. So let me get this straight. So the nature of the port
Yeah.
necessitates a land construction component,
Yes.
and you're saying that you can unearth about 20 million tons of
No, 20 million cubic meter.
20
Yeah.
million cubic meters
Yeah.
of what exactly? Can you
20 million cubic meter of the Sinica sand.
of the silica sand?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. So with the 20 million of the cubic meter of silica sand, so we need to build the factory. In make the factory is we gonna product with the high quality of the product, like you can see like the glass, something
Glass,
like this,
okay. Mhm.
and also like the big, like the very high value, like the computer or some of the product in the silicone.
So you're telling me that the silica input
Yes.
is a necessary component for the manufacturing of even computers?
Yes, even the computer. With that reason, we allow is cooperating with one of biggest company in the world for that make that product is now we are negotiate with SK Chemical, one of biggest group for make the
And you said it's SK Chemical.
yes, SK Chemical.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So with the Sinica now in the Vietnam, they not yet and they just export the raw material. And also in the phase one, after we operating the Thuy International Port with the 4 jetty, we already have the value from the Sinica. Yeah.
So you would already have recouped the value
Yeah.
by that time.
Yeah. By that time.
I see. By the time of the fourth jetty. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. There's another component that's interesting, but most of us, even those that have followed Thuy International Port a bit, have not really heard much about, even though that this component is also supposed to be simultaneously developed. Let's cut to the chase here.
Yeah.
What sort of interest in Thuy International Port, the logistics business, the silica business, and so on and so forth, have you had so far?
So to develop for the Thuy International Port, so we first key thing is the cargo. To prepare for that, we already working with so big company make the product for the export.
So you're already working towards securing the cargo contracts
cargo.
before the port is built,
Yeah,
so that you have operation throughput on day one.
yeah.
I see.
By the side of the Thuy port, already exist in the plan is a two thermal power plant. The thermal power plant number one from Egati already now they already construction, and the thermal power plant number two we are working with Covepo. Covepo is the government electric company from the Korean. So with the two thermal power plant, the cargo for that is already 7 million cubic meter of the coal. Also, we also get the MOU with some of the cement company. They product and export to overseas. First, we already get the MOU with the Look Cement. With their quantity now is 2 million cubic meter. And also, when we discuss with them, they very interesting. They asking, when can finish the phase one? They gonna expand their capacity to 4 million cubic meter.
So
4 million because the Quảng Trị province and the location of the Thuy International Port about near there have the two border and between the Vietnam and the Laos. On the Laos, because they don't have the sea, so they gonna
completely landlocked, right?
They're only the land, so they're gonna using the port in the Vietnam.
Okay, so you're telling me that landlocked Laos is finding an opportunity with the Thuy International Port.
Yes.
Okay.
With like the example, like the sandpaper. Now they already operating. Now they have to use the port from the Da Nang. Is very far. And also the another in the Quảng Bình, but that is a very small port. That is not the deep sea port.
So it doesn't satisfy the requirements of the client.
Yes.
Okay. Is there anything else that you'd like to add?
Recently we just signed the MOU with one of the developed energy with the Thuy company. Thuy is
Okay.
this is now the Vietnam government they focus on the LNG. LNG is energy because it can make the ecosystem and the friendly with the environment.
Okay.
So we already signed MOU with them for the develop the port for the LNG. The investment is 1,500 megawatt.
So I see a network ecosystem of partners.
Yeah.
I see a network ecosystem of businesses and related industry that are showing interest in using the port.
Yeah.
And we're also seeing some major players that want to take a greater role in the part, as well as existing industry that is already signing MOUs and agreements and so on and so forth to get things ready.
Yeah,
correct. I see. Now, within that backdrop, how is coronavirus and all this that's going around, it's been having a ravaging effect on economies across the world, but what has it done and what's been the overall net effect of Corona upon the development of Thuy Port and the general ecosystem surrounding it?
Many big companies now they already get the purpose for the moving out of China. So the Vietnam is one of the interesting place.
So you're telling me that partially because of coronavirus, you've seen more of an acceleration of businesses from other countries and particularly China that are moving and getting ready to set up shop here in Vietnam.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So I'd imagine that there would be some economic implication effects towards industrial parks throughout the country, but also in places in emerging economic opportunity areas such as perhaps the Southeast Economic Zone.
Yeah, correct. Vietnam is the one of interesting place because our government system is support for the investor and also the labor code. If you compare with like China, it's gonna very high.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
And also in the Quang Tri, while another province like the Ho Chi Minh, Bình Dương, now already full. In the Bình Dương, 100% is gonna higher more than in the Quang Tri. And the government, they gonna support because now they need to develop their province.
So you're telling me in a more emerging part of the country, there's greater economic incentives for investors and companies that are looking to expand in order to benefit the general economy, basically.
Yes.
Yeah? I see. Okay. In my opinion, this might be why that we see a lot of amounts of registered FDI capital. There's a lot of capital that wants to come into Vietnam.
Yes.
But the dispersed capital seems to be slowing down a little bit.
Yes.
So it seems to me that there's a little bit of a gap here. There's a lot of capital that wants to come in. There's not as much capital that is coming in. So what's your opinion on that? And how can investors access MTIP for those interested?
Yeah, so with the traditional way is you are transferred by the bank from the funding from overseas from the central bank of the, like for example, like the central bank of the Korean and come to if the Korean with the Vietnam have the agreement or something, so come to central bank of the Vietnamese and they checking the funding or
site visit, MOU, due diligence, transferring the funds.
And it's gonna take the time and it's gonna affect in the project because the funding is set up the very long term, so it's not good. So
you're telling me that the process has slowed down.
Yeah, so that reason we working with the Relax. The Relax is a company. They are the resolver that matter. They gonna set up the transfer for the money, the funding directly to the investor. Of course, through the system and the processing, but it gonna be quickly and better more than the traditional way.
So it's a way to kind of remove some of the roadblocks and to kind of facilitate the efficiency better.
That's correct.
I see. In closing, is there anything that you would like people to know in general about My Thuy Port?
So for make the conclusion, we are looking for the selection of the suitable, the cornerstone, the investor, and also for the develop for the part of the port in the lake chapter. Okay, and we want to create the open idea and working the relationship with the partner and the board member, the reason therefore so cornerstone, the investor is very important for the develop the board and also key thing for us to looking for
the selection of the cornerstone investor. I see. It has been a interesting kind of discussion, learning more about My Thuy International Port, learning about the different components, and hopefully people got a good takeaway of the Vietnam economy as a whole. So Bo, thank you for being here today.
Okay, thank you for me being here today, and thank you for everyone.